Hello, welcome. Thank you for tuning in today. I am so happy that we are working on all of our deepest patterns and the deepest, darkest dysfunctional systems that are still affecting us and that are still putting us into the path of detours. So these dysfunctional patterns that are coming from the family, from the lineage, from the past lives, from the parallel worlds that we're living in, and also from this reality, maybe from childhood. Every time we get to a place where we want to be done with a pattern because we're already so fed up that we say, oh, I'm done with this pattern, we're running across the possibility that we are most likely not done with the pattern. And I'm not saying this to discourage you, but I'm saying this so that you truly have the breath to run that marathon and work on effortlessly transforming the patterns that are still holding us back. The pattern, when it's transformed, will tell you when it's done. You don't have to say, oh, I transformed that pattern. No, that pattern, when it's transformed, it will come to you and say, I'm done. I'm done with this repetition in your system. And that pattern will then say, you know what, I'm done, because there's nothing here in that system to repeat or to hold back or to stagnate, because we most likely created these patterns in the first place, or these experiences, so that we remember the patience and the strength to have the possibility to deal with that patience and that compassion and that unconditional love with all of existence. So we create all kinds of patterns and experiences. And it's not about being done with it. It's about having the patience, having the compassion to allow it to be understood, integrated, transformed, and to be released. It's not like, oh man, this is a tough pattern, I just want to get rid of it because it sucks. No, it's more, it is a experience program, and good or bad, it gives us an opportunity to realize the depth of human existence, of the oneness consciousness, and also our intricate play and combination and interaction with the multiverse. So whenever you deal with a pattern that's really painful or dysfunctional, and even destructive, work on it on all levels. Work on it until the pattern gives you a signal that it is done with you. You don't have to be done with the pattern. The pattern has to be done with you, because you created that pattern as a reminder for you to learn something. Once you integrated the learning experience, the pattern has no space in you anymore because it's not needed and required. And often in my transformational healing work, and also in my classes, and working with individuals and groups, I so often hear, oh, I'm done with this pattern. I don't, I worked so much with this pattern, and I'm done with it. It doesn't matter how long you work on that pattern. It can be 1 second that you actually transform this pattern, or 100 years. That the time doesn't matter how long you work on the pattern. It's until you get it. You can get it in this moment, and the pattern is done with you, right? It's not like you have to work on the pattern for 20 years and then, you're qualified. And now, look, I worked so much on the pattern. No, it just really shows that we were so thick-headed. It took longer. Instead of like, why can we not just understand why we created that pattern in the first hand? And it doesn't matter how long or fast or short it is that you're working on this pattern. It's any pattern, really. We have to become super powerful processors so we can process effectively, and not like one thing continuously. But if we have to, of course, that's fine too. The key is really being in a place of recognizing to stay in a momentum of transformation. because we have resistance and resentments. Sometimes when we work on patterns and we feel, for example, that we haven't been fully nurtured or being taken care of, we get to this place where we then get into a resistance and we say, well, now I don't want this anymore. And that's really a failure to participate in life, because we can go to dry spells, but when we are all of a sudden in the jungle and we are at the oasis, all of a sudden we shouldn't say, I don't want to drink any water anymore because there was no water in the desert. Now I don't want any water anymore. No, in fact, now we have to grasp this opportunity of transformation and healing and say, I am now ready to drink this water because there is water here and I'm drinking it. So let's drink from the healing waters. Let's drink from the transformational waters. Let's drink and bathe in the healing waters of transformation and lovingly accept and respect and appreciate these healing waters and be in a place of transformation regardless how much support or how little support we had. Now when we have the support, we should utilize it, and we can and we will. And give yourself permission, please, to do your best in becoming the best processor you can be. Thank you.